Welcome, everyone. I'm Ralph Henderson, the host of the Supply Chain Marketing Show and the Global Supply Chain Marketing Group, both brought to you by and produced by Supply Chain Brain Media, one of the world's largest media companies dedicated to supply chain education, insight, and news, and backed by the soon to be 30-year-old Supply Chain Brain, a publication that's been serving our industry very well for all of those 30 years. Now, if you work in the supply chain, whether you're leading operations, engineering systems, planning networks, managing logistics, evaluating technology, or marketing supply chain solutions, you already know this. This business is complex, demanding, and constantly changing. And while we talk a lot about tools, platforms, and processes, what we don't talk about enough is experience, judgment, perspective. The lessons you can only learn after years, if not decades, in the trenches. In 2026, we're introducing a new limited series called Let's Whine About Supply Chain. And yes, we mean actual wine. This is a show designed to slow the conversation down just enough to go deeper. It's where the most influential and visionary leaders in supply chain share career defining moments, real world insights, and hard earned lessons. I can't imagine a better host for this series than Bart Muynck. Bart is one of the most respected voices in global supply chain, with more than 30 years of experience across companies like E&Y, GE Capital, Penske Logistics, PepsiCo, and 8 years as a VP of research at Gartner. Bart has helped shape how this industry thinks about logistics, technology, and execution. So, here's how it works. Each episode brings together thought leadership, personal career stories, sponsor visibility, and candid conversation. Structured, but relaxed. We'll talk about favorite wines, pivotal career moments, today's challenges in supply chain, lessons for the next generation, and yes, how supply chain thinking shows up everywhere, even in a bottle of wine.
It's a couple of things, Ralph, and what we want to do is kind of highlight our guests. So we start with kind of the career decanting, right? We want to hear about their big breaks and memories that shaped our guest's career. But then we want to get into what we will call the core conversation, right? We've popped the cork. Now we're going to start analyzing the wine. We're going to analyze a specific topic. It could be procurement, it could be supply chain planning, it could be logistics, but yet again, it'll be coming from a different perspective.
And why is this show going to be unlike anything else in the industry?
So they will hear a story that will be both personal, insightful, and engaging. And we'll do that in a different way. We all see webinars coming at us almost every day, which is very factual. And sometimes I always will say it kind of almost dehumanizes kind of the supply chain. So we will put the people first, their story first, but at the same time, still giving you that insight of the how has it happened? What is the future of supply chain? And again, it will be done not only in a unique way, but you will also hear from maybe those leaders that give their perspective kind of differently to what you normally see. And so what the viewers and the sponsors and the guests will be able to take away is kind of a different flavor. Instead of just going to the store and buying that bottle of wine off the shelf, you'll firsthand hear the story of the winemaker as to why is the wine the way it is? How do we design the label? All of those things that you typically don't find out in a regular show.
It's great. And talk a little bit about how the wine actually will be a sincere part of the show and not something that you're just going to do tongue in cheek.
Yeah, it's woven throughout the entire show, right? I'll be sharing some of my favorite wine anecdotes that relate directly to the supply chain. Like, for example, how manufacturing risks mirror the fermentation process. And also our audience, they will get in on the action as well, Ralph. because the best question submitted in our Q&A wins a free bottle of wine. And of course, we're going to have our guests that are going to talk about their favorite wine and kind of what makes it special, because wine is something that is made throughout the world. It's been made for thousands of years, going back to Georgia, the Caucasus region, way back, which is now kind of between the border of Turkey and Armenia. It is built into our history. It's been done a lot longer even than we've had supply chains.
So there's an opportunity for people who watch and listen to the show to actually receive a bottle of wine.
Exactly. All we want you to do is engage. Because again, it's not just about the people on the show, it's about us as a supply chain community. Just like wine isn't meant to be drank alone, this show is something where we want to decant the information and share with our audience. So we invite you to be part of the conversation. And obviously, the perfect way to do that is through your questions and your comments. And hence, the best question will be rewarded with one of our favorite bottles of wine.
So you've got some heavy hitters lined up for this. Can you just maybe share some light on what that means and who they might be or who they might represent?
Yeah, we really do, Ralph. We're going to be talking to CEOs of technology companies and other firms. We're going to be talking to strategy leaders, but it's a very diverse group of enthusiasts who all believe that every conversation is an opportunity to both learn and to teach.
That sounds like a full-bodied experience. What is the plan on how this is going to be rolled out and how can folks get engaged with the show?
Yeah, so it's going to be hosted obviously on the Supply Chain Brain platform. We're going to start in March with the first episode. And again, the goal is for us to do it quarterly. But whether you're a supply chain pro or maybe you're just a wine lover, we want you to grab that favorite bottle of wine and we're going to unpack the future of supply chains together.
We look forward to it, Bart. Thank you so much. And for those who are listening or watching, be on the lookout. Supply Chain Brain Media will be putting information out there about Let's Wine About Supply Chain, hosted by Bart Muynck for 2026. And of course, we reach out to you and say, we want that to be your best year ever.